why students they should choose France as an overseas destination. It has the best quality education, very affordable. About Skema Business School, the programs, scholarship, but the reality. Hello, welcome back to our Decoding European Education podcast. Today we are having Ms. Viragi from Skema Business School, South Asia Admission Manager with us. We'll be talking about study in France, like why students they should choose France as an overseas destination, what benefits they are getting. About Skema Business School, the programs, scholarships, and of course the admission process. So, hi Viragi, how are you?
Thank you, Avni, for this, and I'm doing fine. So my main reason, maybe I can start with why would student choose France? It has the best quality education at a very affordable rates. So even the French. Prime Minister is looking at increasing the number of students. So the relationship between India and France is, very, very nice. And currently we have like about 8,000 students studying, but by 2030, they're looking at increasing that to 30,000 students. So this clearly means that there's a huge support from the French embassy to have Indian students, international students go to France and study. French government gives you housing subsidy, so again, students can work part-time in France. They're legally allowed to work. Tuition fees are, compared to the other countries, kind of affordable. And they also have, like the best of the business schools in, across Europe and world are in France. So not just that the programs are taught in English, but so that at the end of it, you turn out to be a bilingual person. And that's something which, which is very interesting. So even if the programs are taught completely in English, but, French, the students will learn French as a part of the curriculum. So they turn out to be a bilingual managers at the end of it.
So you say like, the language is not a barrier because programs are taught 100% in English.
Yeah.
But yes, we always advise students to learn at least French, basically.
Absolutely. So I would say that even if the program, so when it comes to applications, when it comes to admission, when it comes to visa, immigration, classroom studies, everything is taught in English. So no one even sees whether you speak French or not. But the reality is that when they are, they go for internships, the companies do look at students who have some level of French, like say B1 or B2 level of French, so that is just easier for them to have them in their companies.
Okay.
So
when you talk about French, like do you provide some classes for French?
Yes, so we do offer complimentary lectures, along with the specialization that the students have chosen. So we kind of train them. But my advice would also be to do some kind of preparations before they land in France.
Okay.
So of course, Skema is there to help them cope up with the language barrier, teach them French on a weekly basis. On complimentary, classes are conducted, but students should also pick up, French language right from the country. It just makes us stay fruitful. It helps them for survival, for networking, of course, for internship, but overall also.
Okay, and where exactly they can learn French? Alliance Française, maybe?
They can learn at the Alliance Française in whichever cities that they come from in India. Alliance has an entire network, so they can study in Alliance.
Okay, and like talking about internships, you did mention like, you have internships. So can you just explain a little bit more about internships, whether they are paid? Do you assist students in finding internships?
Okay, so internship, Avni, is a mandatory part of all our programs. So if they don't do internship, they don't get the degree. So internship and dissertation together is a part of the curriculum. And that's exactly the reason why as Skema, as an institution, we offer we have a dedicated department which is called Talent and Career Services. In India, we call it as a placement cell in most of the business schools. So we have a team of almost around 27 to 30 people in the team who are dedicated, who are exclusively helping students to find internships, to the national students, to the international students in India and outside of India, in Europe and even outside of the outside of Europe. The main motive is to make students job ready, not just for France, but across the world. So Schema's degree is recognized. So Schema, just to let you know, is across 5 continents, having 9 locations. So we have 3 campuses in France, 3 campuses in China, 1 campus in US in Raleigh, another campus we have in Brazil.
Okay.
We also had a campus in South Africa, Stellenbosch, and now the recently new campus we have launched is in Dubai.
Yes, so Skema is global.
It's global. We are Equus, we are AACSB, we are multi-accredited. We are there across 5 continents. So while the students are choosing the French campus, if they're looking at working in France, then definitely the level of French is important. That's the fact, is the reality. But if they look at any English-speaking countries or elsewhere, our degrees are recognized.
Okay. So when we talk like, Skema is global, like having campuses across the world. So is it possible like students, they study 1 or 2 semesters in France and then 1 or 2 semesters in US? Do you have any such kind of program?
Yes. So out of the 2 years, the students can pick. They can maybe do the first year in US and the second year in France, or the first year in say in Dubai and second year in France, or the first year in France and second year in Brazil. So we do offer that kind of international mobility for students in certain specializations. They can pick their first year choice, second year, and things like that.
Okay, and Skema will be assisting for the visas and accommodation?
Yes, absolutely. So we have our own in-house department that guides the students for visa formalities. And, so we have a program which is with Polimi Graduate School. So we do start in Paris and end in Italy. We have a program in Global Luxury Management where they do the first year in France and the second year, 1 semester, they have to do it in New York and then come back to France. So because of all this international mobility that we have a dedicated team that helps them with housing and visa across the different partner universities.
Great. Can you just let us know, like, what are the flagship programs for Skema? Like, which program students they mainly prefer to study in Skema?
So I would say, we offer about more than 20 different specializations across different tracks. So which is marketing, finance, business strategy, and consulting. So out of this, I feel there are some of our programs are premium programs like financial markets and investments, global supply chain management, global luxury management. We have a newly launched program which is strategic management and consulting, which is in collaboration with Harvard Business School online. Our global supply chain management also is in collaboration with MIT, the university in US. We have product management and UX design, which is a dual degree with the Polimi Graduate School. So these are some of the programs that Indians are mainly attracted to because of the flexibility, because of the joint degree. And so they're paying the tuition fees, which is the same, which is a French, what we have set, but we are also getting the degree from these partner universities, not paying any additional fees.
Okay, that's great. So they'll be getting the dual degree you will do.
Yes, some of the programs are dual degree, some of them are in collaboration. So with MIT, students, we have some professors coming from MIT and teaching students physically on campus. They get the alumni status of MIT. They get a degree certificate from, a certificate from MIT. So lots of those collaborations with different partner universities is making it more interesting for Indian students to explore. Plus, some of our programs are there in QS ranking, in Financial Times ranking. So I think students should deeply look into it.
Fine. And do you offer any scholarships? Like?
Yes, so our scholarships are purely based on merit. So we have our scholarship committee looks at students. They have their own criteria. So one is the overall strength of the application. There's academic records, there's CGPA is important. The quality of the interview that they had with the program director, any extracurriculars, achievements, if anyone is a national level, the sports champion, international level chess player, for example, and things like that together based on the merit. We offer scholarships which are based on excellence.
Okay, and it will be like up to 20%, 30%?
It is up to 4,000 euros.
Okay.
Yes. So for our masters in international business, we offer 3,000 euros, which is a fixed amount for international students. And for a masters of science program, the amount ranges from 2,000 euros to 4,000 euros.
Okay. And talking about like applying to Skema Business School, what student they should take care of? Like, what are the criterias and what exactly you are looking into a profile while accepting the student?
Right. So we're looking at good academic record, I mean, especially for freshers, for those who are working professionals, they may not want to, you cannot go back and improve your CGPA, but in that case, maybe a GMAT or a GRE, if a student has had low ACADS, can be compensated by a good GMAT or GRE.
Okay.
At the same time, for our MSc program, GMAT and GRE are not mandatory, but they are highly appreciated. So for students who have had less academic record, we can't go back, we can't undo the changes, but you might just want to advise them to give GMAT or GRE, which can try to balance it out. A diversity in the academic backgrounds is also interesting for us. Students who speak good English, who have very clear goal, very clear objective about why have they chosen this particular specialization.
Okay.
So that clarity and the research that they bring in during the interview would definitely help. Otherwise, of course, if they speak French, it works in their favor. If they've not had great academic score, but if they are, they have had good work experience, professional experience, that would work. Very good letters of recommendation, everything together would work in their favor.
Okay. And like for MSc programs, can freshers apply or you ask for some work experience?
So freshers can also apply. So freshers will they qualify for a 2 years MSc, but working professionals, who have had more than 36 months of experience can qualify directly into the second year, which is 1 year program for them.
Fine. So Viragi, would you like to add anything else apart from this? What we discussed, like why exactly students they should choose Skema Business School? Like, what are the key selling points you would say? Why Skema is better than other schools? Of course, all schools are good, but yes, why they should choose?
Right. So, if any students, so first of all, we have a huge, plethora of specialization. So we're trying to, offer things to everyone. Starting from artificial intelligence to global luxury to business consulting to project management, things like that. So the choice is a lot for someone to pick something at Skema. So we have almost most of the variety is offered to students. If they're looking at international mobility, this is one of the very important, if they want to mix, so the tuition fee remains the same, but if they want to study in any of our partner universities or any of our own international campuses, which are across 5 continents, so they will have this lovely flexibility of, picking 1 year in US, a second year in France, or the first year in France, second year in Dubai, things like that, depending on the specialization.
Okay. One last question, like, can you just let us know where exactly which companies your students are placed once they graduate? And what is the percentage of students that are placed?
Yes, so in all our specializations, like 99% of our specializations, students have found jobs. Almost 100% of students have found jobs in less than 6 months after graduation. And the average salary depends on whichever specialization that they're taking at. So it could be something from 40,000 euros to 70,000 euros. And our career team organizes job fairs, the CV writing workshops, mock interviews, connecting students. The alumni of Skema becomes the mentor of the current students. So there's an excellent connection that they have with the industry experience. So the companies that come on campus have been almost the top ones, right from BCG to L'Oreal to Amazon to BNP Paribas to almost all these top companies, depending on the different specializations that students choose.
That's good. So thank you so much, Viragi, for joining us today. And stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.